Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the What the Football channel. This is the BH and Scrubber show. And on today's show, we're going to be covering the official 53-man roster and practice squad. So we're excited about that. Just a quick thanks to everybody in the fantasy league. BH might want to say something about that too. Great job, everybody, on the draft. Looking forward to it. Make sure if you got your team ready by next Tuesday or Wednesday because the first game is on Thursday. All right, BH, welcome to the show, man.
Man, thanks. Good to be here. Glad we're starting it up again. Is this our fifth season?
Yes, starting our fifth season. Crazy, huh?
Lucky season number 5. Yeah. So, I'm really glad. I'm glad all the turmoil's over. I'm glad preseason's over. Man, it's so good just to go forward. So let's go forward, and we'll start off. Let's start off with our quarterback room. Jaden Daniels, no problem there.
Yep.
Great quarterback. I mean, we were really, hey, we earned that number 2 spot. Thank God for Coach Ron. he he helped us out there, and
Yep.
we do. We got our quarterback of the future. He's a great guy. I mean, he's still got a lot of work to put in. He's got to keep growing and working, but great foundation there. And his buddy Marcus Mariota. Marcus came in a couple times, just kicked ass. They
Yes.
seem to be like best buds. They support each other. I really like that a lot. But kind of surprising, the number 3 QB, Josh Johnson.
Yeah, not really so surprising after watching some of the preseason stuff. Sam Hartman was not doing very well. Josh Johnson, if you had to pick between the two, I would have taken Josh Johnson too, just because he's
Yeah,
veteran and should Marcus Mariota's having a little bit of leg trouble, blah blah blah. So I think Josh Johnson was the better pick, and so I'm
yeah,
good with that.
and he fits the style kind of what we're playing on offense. So very good. So what do you think of that running back room?
It looks good. It's exactly what I think we thought it was going to be. Uh, Austin Eckler, uh, Jeremy McNichols, Chris Rodriguez, and of course Bill. And so that's a good lineup to me. It seemed to me like Chris Rodriguez has gotten a lot better over the last year or two. He was pretty slow the first season last year. He did okay a couple times towards the end of the season. He was very helpful. But yeah, so I don't know if he's going to be our number one. If he's going to get the bulk of the carries first, or are they just going to go straight to Bill?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think they'll let Bill glide into it a bit, early on, especially the first game. I think we'll see Chris maybe opening it up. Don't throw the rook in right away, and then kind of blend them all in. But I think, Bill is sort of the guy that, down the road, they would want to see be sort of the main guy and bring the guys in around him. Uh, Austin in on the passing downs.
Yeah,
And Chris, they came right out and said Chris Rodriguez was short yardage and goal line. I mean,
I
they came
saw
out and
that.
yeah, they just came out and said he's a big dude. Actually, he's bigger than I thought.
Wow.
He's not a small guy. And like you said, I watched a ton of last season's games just for fun, and was really surprised at how good he looked. I kind
He
of
did.
forgot he
Yeah.
in a short little bit, and obviously the coaches saw that. So B Rob is gone, but this is a tight unit. I like it.
So when they
Um,
say short downs and goal line, that indicates to me that Bill runs it regularly. How are you going to
Maybe
be goal line and short when you're the regular runner too? That doesn't make
right.
sense. So
Yeah, it would just be surprising to me, although Bill was great, just to start off pressure packed. What was he, a 7th round pick, Bill? I mean, he
yeah,
probably should have been a 3rd round pick.
right.
Matter of fact, I saw a guy, Connor Rogers, I think PFF guy. He's a big draft guy. A lot of stuff, and they said I didn't hear him say it, but I heard someone reported that he had Bill going in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
He says, "Man, this guy, you got to watch his film. He missed a year, and that's going to scare a lot of these GMs off. But don't be scared. This guy's the real deal." But
Yeah.
no one listened to him.
Yeah.
Everybody waited, including us. But anyway, well, it's going to be fun. It's
Yeah.
a good group, and however they use them will be fine by me. And I'm excited I think Chris Rodriguez is a battering ram. He doesn't have a lot of miles on him.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to go in head first. And yeah, I'm
Well, the other
excited.
part of that room, tertiary to it, of course, is Jaden Daniels and Debo.
Yeah.
So that's really, they kind of expand that room a little bit. Jaden
Yep.
was our number one rusher last year.
Pretty much. I remember that Atlanta game. I couldn't believe it. I watched the highlights. He ran 16 times.
Damn.
I know. No wonder he was falling over. So, yeah, but you're right, though. That's sort of like there's really 6 running backs there because Debo will run out of the backfield. Debo will do jet sweeps. And of course, Jaden will take the ball and whenever he wants and, to run. Yep. So, yeah, pretty tough for defensive coordinators to stop that stuff. So let's see, man. Tight end room. I think once again, I don't think we're surprised by this room. No. And Johnny Bates got a big contract. They love what he does. He's a pass blocking and run blocking machine. Yep. Can get out there and catch. Zach Ertz is the vet. He did great for us. I hope he continues to do great. Everybody says he's a great conditioned guy. He never quits all year. He's always in good condition. So that's good. And then and Ben Sinnott. Now here's one that's like this is the heir apparent. And so everybody, you and me and everybody's going to be watching Ben to see can he make that next step? Yeah. Can he prove this year? Nothing against Zach, but can he make the move so that in 2026 he's the man?
Yep.
Yep. And Colson Yankoff, he made it again. Must be just a special teams monster, right? I guess special teams is really important to this team, and we'll see this a lot in this as we go through this roster. We got some stellar special teams players, man.
Yeah, he had a good catch in that one game. So he was wide open too. The quarterback made a great pass. Well, I could have thrown it to him. He was pretty wide open. So, yeah. But he did bounce off that one guy, and he kept going.
Yeah, that was cool. He got to move sideways.
Yeah,
and then just kept going.
It almost propelled him.
It almost did. It was cool. That was a pretty really cool good highlight.
Yeah, I liked it. They talk about him being on special teams and that he's really good at it. So yeah, good stuff. I like that tight end room is same as last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Pretty much that's how it ended last year, and that's how it's beginning this year. So so now
the big news.
We got our wide receiver room. What do you think?
Yeah, Terry's back. Glad they figured all that out. I'm not the type of person who cares one way or another. Just fucking get it done.
Yep, same here.
I don't like the holdout thing. I like Terry, but I'm not married to anybody.
Right.
You make the team good, you make the team good. If you don't, see you later. So NFL's a business, and that's how it gets done. But it got done. So I'm happy. I like Terry. I think he's awesome. He's going to open up opportunities for like Debo is there, Jalen Lane, Noah Brown, Luke McCaffrey. So if they're double teaming Terry McLaurin, other guys are going to get some catches. So I'm happy about that room, and it's only 5 guys so far.
Yeah, that was kind of. I wonder if they're going to add a 6th. We'll talk about it later. There might have been some guys we talked about it. They tried to protect some guys from getting sniped. So maybe they went with 5. And Luke's got to step up. Luke, like Ben Sinnott, I didn't get a lot of opportunities, let's be honest. But he's another guy like Ben who needs to kind of show this year that he can be make a big impact on this receiver room. And I mean, Jalen Lane's like a freebie. We get to see what he can do. Super fast, super quick. Yeah. Great young guy. Let's see what he can do. I guess he's going to be our punt returner.
I think so.
And he's super fast and good. So I'm excited about him because he's like an unknown. We don't know what we're going to get, but I think he's going to definitely be good for us. It when we need him, when we use him, you know what I mean? So
I just hope Noah Brown can stay healthy.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Yeah, he's right now he is, but Noah Brown's the kind of guy that he does get dinged up. So that's I think we'll talk about later. A couple of those guys on the practice squad could be maybe brought onto the roster to make that 6th wide receiver.
Yep. We'll see.
Yep.
I'm happy with that room. Uh,
Yep.
so next to offensive line. Sorry about
Yeah,
that. I
man.
had my air conditioning on.
Well, you need AC, bro.
No,
Yeah.
it's loud. I don't need it. So big time on the front line.
Yeah. Who do we got?
All the usual suspects the only really newest ones are Laramie Tunsil and George Fant are the new veterans. And then of course you got Josh Connerly Jr. is the new guy, the Rook. So it's Laramie Tunsil. I like him. Brandon Coleman, if he's healthy. Biadasz, Allegretti, we all know these guys. Andrew Wiley, Chris Paul, and Trent Scott. The only issue I have with the line is who is the backup center there. So uh, I think Trent Scott has centered the ball before.
Yeah, I think all of them probably have, but since I think they kind of used him at guard, but mostly at tackle, he might be a little too tall. So
Hmm.
I don't know,
Yeah, he's
man.
big.
This is another thing. It's kind of a mystery because they even let you know, Deep go for a while,
Yeah,
and but they brought him back.
yeah.
But man, that's I don't know. That's a little rough there. So I don't know what they're going to do or who's going to be looked at unless they've been working, Chris Paul or Allegretti in at center. I mean,
Yeah,
that's a must.
yeah.
Yeah, I kind of have thought that when they pulled did all this for the practice squad, they might pull someone out from somewhere else, but didn't happen. So that's something that's got to be resolved before we play.
Yep. Yep.
So,
I'm
but
happy with
good,
it though.
good O line though. I mean, gosh, adding
Yep.
Tunsil and moving Brandon Coleman to a more natural position, and then getting this young stud Josh Connerly. To me, that's all arrows pointing up, man.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to last year, holy cow! I'll take that O line to start any day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we did
And
okay last year.
and even after the preseason was a just
Yeah,
shuffle, 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 and nobody got to play,
yeah.
moving this guy here, moving that guy there, and there was no consistency to any of it. So the preseason wasn't that great either. So
It
well,
was.
no, they did do some pretty good blocking there a couple times. I think when the A team was in there, that beginning of that last preseason game, Bill broke one off there. Uh, Chris Rodriguez broke one off.
Yeah,
So, and there was good blocking in all of those runs. So,
yeah. Well, let's get it on, man. Let's go to the defense.
yeah,
Um, Bit of a shakeup here. I mean, we got some of our, guys back from last year, but hey, let's look at the new guys. We got Dietrich Wise.
yeah,
He's taken over for Clellan Farrell. We had a Jacob Martin pass rush kind of a specialist,
mhm,
and we've got and then Eddie Goldman, an
yeah,
interior guy, and that's going to go along with also Javon Kinlaw, the big free agent signing.
mhm,
So basically, Javon Kinlaw took over for John Allen.
all right,
So I think it's a pretty solid group. I'd like to see Johnny Newton needs to take a big step up. He really
definitely.
does. Number second round pick. I'm glad Javante Jean Baptiste got brought back. He really did look good, and so it wasn't a mirage because here he is. He made the team. Any questions or anything on those guys? I mean, that's
I think Javante John Baptiste, he's been injured. Wasn't he injured during the preseason?
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, but
Okay.
last year I think he was fine. He was never
Okay.
in trouble, so he might just have. And a lot of times now with injuries, it's just nagging. They don't play him.
Yeah.
They're
Okay.
very super cautious. So yeah, but I think he'll be okay.
No,
And
everybody there looks good to me.
Eddie Goldman is a good rotational guy. Pretty solid. I wouldn't say spectacular, but
Right.
let's be honest. It's a decent group, but I don't see it as being stellar. But hey, let's see. They could surprise us.
They need to step up in the run stop.
Boy, do they ever.
So,
Yep, really do.
all right.
Well, the linebacker crew. Now, what do you
Whee!
think of these guys, man? Go over that one for us.
Yeah, no,
Whew.
Bobby Wagner, of course. I've been watching him since I was a Seahawk fan back in the day. Uh,
Yep.
Frankie Luvu, of course, is a superstar, and they're trying to work. And then Jordan McGee, if he can stay healthy, he'll be supposedly, I guess, stepping in when Bobby finally goes. If Jordan can stay healthy, another one of those. They got
Yep.
Von Miller in there, but he's like a passing edge rusher.
Yep.
So they just put him there, I guess. The new guy, Kane Madrano, he showed some spark at the preseason. That They got Nick Ballore in there, so I guess he's really just a special teams guy. I don't think he'll
Yeah.
ever play linebacker. So they
Man,
just
there'd have to
probably
be
stuck
a
him there.
yeah, there'd have to be a lot of injuries and suspensions for Nick to get on the field. But yeah,
Yeah.
he's kind of like Colson Yankoff. You might not ever see Colson line up ever unless unfortunately some injuries hit.
Yeah.
Those two guys, yeah. So,
I
but
like
yeah.
Nick Ballore when he played for the Seahawks. He was a fullback,
Oh, there
if I
you go.
remember correctly.
Bring him in for more of that.
That's what I say.
Yeah. I'm glad we did get these. I'm glad that Jordan McGee's back. We need
Yeah.
him back. The big surprise, I mean, Kay Madrano did play good, but Ali Cajo was kind of the big surprise, undrafted guy. He was like the fifth rated defensive player by PFF in all of preseason. He had like a 90 PFF score. And so I did some research on the guy. I mean, the guy was a 4 or 5-star recruit out of high school. He was recruited by Alabama, but he just had injuries, and he just never got. In Alabama, you can't, boy, if you get injured, you're out. You're out. You just almost. It's like they're so gigantic. But anyways, a great player. Went to UCLA and did good. And he looked awesome, and you saw him in the preseason. I mean, he just was phenomenal, going all
Tackling
around.
machine.
Yeah, playing from the middle too. So if Jordan McGee doesn't work out, Ali Cajo might be the next guy in line, but I love them. I love the group. I like Von Miller being there, especially being a specialized pass rusher. He can still bring the heat, and we need someone who can bring the heat. And Bobby and Frankie like the blitz, so
Yeah,
I'm all for that. So
definitely. So it's funny that Ali Cajo guy, a tackling machine. Do teams have tackling coaches that teach people how to tackle? Because I watched a lot of uh, highlights of stuff and watching these, not just our team, but other teams where they just throw their shoulder into a guy. Even what happened to Yankoff, that's what the Ravens defender did, like threw his shoulder into him. Like, that's going to tackle a dude.
yeah.
Why isn't there some concentrated special way? If you're coming from this side and he's standing up, you tackle like this. If he's going down low and you're right in front of him, you try and tackle like this. Does anybody teach that, or is it just anything goes? Tackle however you want.
No, I think every position coach is responsible to go over technique and go over. And, there's very few guys in this league who come in with a shoulder and blow people up. They're out there. But a lot of these guys doing it, it's like, no, you're not that guy, dude. Wrap the guy up. And I can see if you got cockeyed and off balance, you're coming in and, maybe that's what you can do because you took a bad angle. Okay, fine. But this whole idea that you're going to come in, we see it all the time. Guys come in and also tackle high, which is my most frustrating thing because it's impossible to wrap up high. You think you can, but they'll just elbow you out of the way,
or just carry you on their back.
Yeah, or you'll slip off. So yeah, no, they got to work on that on not just everyone's team, but our team too. Especially against we talked about earlier, man. We've got to get better against the run.
Yeah.
I mean, just to say right now, say that I've looked at all our position groups. I see improvement everywhere. And I see a lot of improvement on coverages on this and this. I cannot say I'm looking at this list saying we're definitely going to be a better run stopping team. I don't see it yet. I mean, we've done some improvements. We've changed some people, but really the proof's going to be in the pudding when this team plays because on paper, they can yap all they want about, the scheme, we're going to be better. Well, I think they're going to have to prove it.
Yeah.
They're going to have to prove it because they were really pretty bad against stopping the run.
Yeah.
It wasn't good. So let's see. Well, speaking of stopping the run, we do got some pretty good, believe it or not, covered corners and guys who can tackle. I mean, we got some guys who like to mix it up. So I'm just going to start off. Here comes Marshawn Lattimore, who just he had it rough last year. He really didn't perform up to par. He got into skirmishes with AJ Brown, so it was just overall not a good performance. The only good thing I'll say about him, going back watching the games, like I said, is that guy could actually tackle, and he's
Nice.
not afraid to tackle. So
Yeah.
I'll give him. He still had a C- year as far as I'm concerned. But what gave him that C- was guy is not afraid to wrap up and tackle guys. He did it a lot, so that was good. And we got Mike Samer still, who had just a killer year, and I hope he goes into the slot
Yeah.
because with that guy in the slot, dominating slot receivers, and also being close to the line of scrimmage. So when they go to run and he read and reacts on, he's another guy with the linebackers
Yeah.
going in there. He loves blowing up the run. He loves squeezing by. So I think that will help our run game on that when he's on that side of the field if they run that way. So anyway, and then we've got Jonathan Jones. We got in free agency who's solid. He's been around. I would call him a solid backup. He played really good for years, but he's like 31 years old. And we got Noah Igbenogany back, and I kind of see Noah in the same boat. But it's good. You got solid guys. Noah knows the system. And then finally, we got our steal of a draft pick, Trey Amos. Is he listed as is he going to start on the opposite side of Lattimore? Do we know?
I believe so.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think so. They're just going to
Good.
throw him to the wolves.
Get him in there. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. So I'm happy about. So I like this crew, man. I think it was a
Yep.
good coverage crew. Last year, think about Forbes, Ben St. Juste, Michael Davis. Oh my God, man. What a heart attack, man. That was just awful. So when you and I look at this now, from
Yeah.
last year, we're looking at this list going, holy cow, yeah, we like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
Good list.
Igbenogany is still pretty young. I think he's only like 25 or 26.
Yeah. He was a former first round pick. Yeah. That's true. He is not too old. He is. So
Yep.
I like him, and he
Yep.
knows our system. So he's a good backup to have.
Yep.
So
All
what do
right.
you think of our safety room, man?
I really like the safety room.
Yep.
That is awesome. Well, Will Harris, we haven't seen him play for us yet, but he's proven himself in other places. Obviously, Quan Martin is a tackling machine. He plays hard. Was he a first round pick for us?
Quan was second rounder.
Second round pick for us, but he proved himself. He's really, really good. Percy Butler still needs to pick up the pace a little bit. I think he was injured for a while. Jeremy Reeves, of course, is a star special teams guy, and he was out there in the preseason knocking heads, so he did really good. And of course, Tyler Owens really proved himself pretty good in that last game. He played a little bit, and he looked really, really good. So
Yeah.
I'm really happy with this room.
Yeah, I am too. And I know Percy and Tyler are once again, star special teams guys, and they're good to have. They just got to work on their game and try and prove they can be starters. But yeah, this is a solid group. I was sorry to see what's his name, our safety from last year, go Jeremy Chin, but
Yeah.
hey, we got Will Harris, and I think it's a solid room.
Yep. All right,
So-
special teams.
Oh man, well we got Tressway, the stalwart, right? He's
Yep.
been there forever. Solid punter, good passer too. By the way, we saw that.
Yeah.
So I like to see one more of those this year. Tyler Ott, we got rid of our Cheeseman guy a couple of years ago. Tyler Ott's just settled right in, which
Yep.
is what you want. You want a consistent guy, boy, at that long snapper. No
Definitely.
messing around, no psychos at long snapper, please. And then we got Matt Gay, who actually on a 1-year contract is the highest paid kicker in football. I mean, we gave him a big old but it was a 1-year deal. I think they said, you know what, we got to have some stability at kicker. Give him a good contract, get him in here. I don't know. We'll see how he does because he's like all kickers. They're all a little in the head.
He's already
so,
missed a couple.
Yep.
So they're talking, they did that new kicker ball, new rule where you can, because used to be kickers, you could massage the ball a little bit on the same day. Now you can massage the ball early. That's why these guys now, dude, I see them, they put them on machines and they squeeze them and rub shit on them. And so they massage the ball really good so that that one guy kicked a 70-yarder or something like that.
Yeah, 70 yards.
And so they're,
Also, Oh, okay. So what you're saying is they're getting a chance to really mush this thing so they can make more compression.
I don't know exactly what it is that they do to it, but maybe they smooth it down so it doesn't
Hmm,
air flow over it, maybe that
that's
kind of thing.
crazy. I
I
didn't
don't
know they were
know.
allowed to do that.
Yeah, it's the kickball. So it used to be the same day. Now it's like the day before or 2 days before. You can massage the shit out of it. So that they're saying that that's supposed to extend kicking by 8 to 10 yards.
Wow. Well, we're gonna if that's true, we'll see it in the stats, right?
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
seeing balls.
definitely. We've already seen it in the preseason. There's guys easily kicking 63 yarders and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So
Wow.
they're crazy, huh?
It is. All right, man. Well, let's work on to the practice squad.
All right, sounds
Yep.
good. Let's
We
see. Before we do that, we got a couple guys on the injured list.
oh
Tyree
yeah.
Jackson and that poor Lucas Niang.
Yep.
He hadn't been playing with us maybe a week,
Yeah.
2 weeks, and he tweaked his knee or something. And then, of course, on the pup list is Sam Cosme. So
Yep.
he's got to sit out 4 games, I believe.
I think on the pup it's 4 games. Yeah.
Okay, so he'll be back sometime in October, early October. So
Yep.
I just thought I'd get that out of the way, and then we can get
Yep.
the practice squad. So
Good job. Glad you remembered that. Yes, too bad about Sam, but better not to rush him in.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I agree with that. So you start wherever you want on you top to bottom, however you want to do it.
Yeah, I don't see, I mean, not many surprises.
No,
I mean, everyone came back who we thought was going to come back. Tim McKay came back. I thought he might get snagged because they seemed to really like him. They gave him a pretty fat contract, but he
yeah,
came back. Now Michael Dieter did come back, and I was kind of wondering about that because, like we were talking about, we don't have any centers on the roster besides
no,
Biotish. So
yeah,
I don't. They must have some other plan for that. And then so Sam Hartman, who struggled, is still back. Both receivers, Ja'Cory Brooks and Jacoby Jones, came back.
yep,
One of those could be, if they do some messing around with the roster, one
yeah,
of those guys could be either the sixth receiver or they just go with five. And if something happens, one of those two come on. They might just go with five receivers.
yeah.
You
I
never
like
know.
Corey Brooks. He did pretty good in the preseason.
I thought so too. And then you add Chris Moore to that room. So there's three
Yeah,
guys that we could bring on. Um, the tight end, Lawrence Cager, someone that they're going to develop. Dieter and Holmes, Jalen Holmes, a guy who we know really well. Both of those guys we know.
yeah,
They're basically veterans. Solid, not spectacular. And then we got TJ Maguranyanga.
good one.
Yeah. So now TJ is part of the, I think he's part of the, what is that called? Like the international
International.
player thing. So he doesn't count for a spot. So he can continue to work with the team and try and develop maybe as a pass rusher. Um, I don't know much about Ricky Barber or what he's done, but young
No.
guy, get him in. But we do know about Sheldon Day, who put in good snaps for us
Yeah, I'm
as a
glad they got
backup.
him back.
Glad Sheldon's back. He knows the system. He's probably always just going to be a backup, but it's good to have someone like that. And then Antonio Hamilton, the corner,
Hmm.
Carlin Vigors, the other corner. So let's
Yep.
hope these guys can get better because going forward, you want to develop guys to take over. We talked about it from the veterans. And then safety Robert McDaniel. I don't know how well he did in preseason, but when a lot of people spoke highly of him, so I guess he
Hmm.
was good enough to make the practice squad. But really, only Ali Cajo was the only real surprise guy to really crack the and Bill too. Bill was a surprise, but
Yeah.
um anyway, I did miss. I know there's two new guys, right? I think
Yeah.
we pulled from other teams. Who were those guys?
Darius Rush is a cornerback,
Right.
so like a 2 year veteran, and then the
Yep.
other guy is uh, Donovan Edwards.
Donovan Edwards, yeah, the running back. I read a little bit about him. He's a three down style back. He's pretty good, but kind of he's sort of a jack of all trades, but master of none. He's actually a good pass blocking back. He does a good job. So he's good all the way around. He can catch the ball. He just lacks something special, but hey, maybe you'll find it on the practice squad.
That's
You
what
know,
it's for. Yep.
that's right.
Under the right coaches, under the right conditions, under the right scheme,
Yep.
people can flourish and do well. So,
Yeah, that's what we really need, man. You need a couple of your practice squad players to really make the next jump. You know what
yeah.
I mean? You really do.
Yeah. I got a problem with like Chris Moore. He was a dropping machine. And then of course, Sam Hartman. He wouldn't make a practice squad anywhere else if he wasn't Jaden Daniels' boyfriend. So
That's right, man.
uh
They always talk about they want to keep the quarterback room where everyone works together because they do all work together, do all study together, do film together, do field work together. So I think that's a lot of it. If they're helping each other and they're working together, they like that extension of the group. So it's worth
yeah.
keeping someone like him there. He may never, even though he won't develop, it's like you don't want someone there who's like fighting for it and doesn't really care about the team. He goes, no, I want to make the team. I want to do my thing. And it's like, well, dude, no, we need someone who's more of a team player. But I agree with you, man. I don't see Sam Hartman making it in this league.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I've seen a few people were let go from other teams that seemed like they were better than him. So, but like
Oh
you
yeah.
said, they probably kept him for consistency and
Yeah.
make Jaden happy.
Sure. And when you got two solid guys at the top, at some point you don't really need to be bringing other people in anyway. I
Yeah.
mean, you know what I mean? Because I mean, unless you feel like they're going to develop, but most of the guys you talk about are always going to be mid-level. You know, most of those quarterbacks. I mean, someone got Carson Wentz.
Yeah, I saw that. Jets or somebody. I saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
somebody. I maybe not
Hey,
the Jets, but
and
somebody.
your boy Ben Nickel, man, he got picked up by Indianapolis. So
Oh,
he,
really? Well, I'm
yeah,
glad he's still playing.
he's
So,
still playing. He's hanging in there. The dream
yeah.
isn't over for Ben Nickel. Yeah, he's on their practice squad. So, and also as of note, two guys that got cut and didn't that I never saw get picked up by the Jets were Fedarian Mathis and Jamin Davis. I think they're done. They can
Wow.
go play in the Canadian Football League, but there's
Yeah.
two of Ron's biggest strikes right there, man.
Yeah.
Out of
I seen
football,
another
baby.
one that not necessarily our team, but that Shiloh Sanders guy got cut and no one touched him.
Yeah. Yeah. When you reach off and punch someone during a
Yeah.
game,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
dude.
And the whole family history and all that. Fuck him.
Yeah, he blew it, man. And all he ever was going to do was make the practice spot anyway.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
No one's going to touch him for doing that.
No,
One
no
person
way.
touched him.
Yep.
That's what you get.
Oh yeah. Anything else, man? What do we
No,
got going?
we just let's do. When do you want to do the pregame show? Tuesday.
Next Tuesday or Wednesday? Yeah,
All
because
right, you
Thursday
let me
there's
know.
already a game. Yeah, I'll let you know, and we'll do the preview show against the Giants.
Yeah, and actually, it could be any day because our game is until Sunday.
Exactly.
So if you
Yeah.
thought you needed to do it Thursday or Friday, that's fine by me too. If we
Okay.
keep our regular season schedule, which was usually Tuesday for the post game, Friday for the pregame, or whatever we did.
Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah, I like doing it. I like that schedule.
All right. So tentatively on Friday, we'll be back or sometime next week. And
Yeah.
thanks everybody, all our subscribers and people who view, like and subscribe, do all that stuff. Thanks to our fantasy people.